Within every living cell lies a microscopic marvel, a molecule called DNA. This molecule is the blueprint of life, containing the instructions necessary for the growth, development, functioning, and reproduction of all known living organisms and many viruses. This elegant, twisted ladder holds the instructions for life itself. The structure of DNA is not just a random arrangement. It is a carefully organized system that ensures the stability and transfer of genetic information from one generation to the next. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. This name reflects its chemical composition and structure, which is essential for its role in storing and transmitting genetic information. Its structure is a double helix, two strands winding around each other. This helical structure is stabilized by hydrogen bonds between the bases, creating a robust yet flexible molecule. These strands are made of repeating units called nucleotides. Each nucleotide is a building block of DNA, and the sequence of these nucleotides encodes genetic information. Each nucleotide contains a sugar, a phosphate, and one of four bases: adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. These components are arranged in a specific manner to form the backbone and rungs of the DNA ladder. This structure was a revolutionary discovery in 1953 by James Watson and Francis Crick. Their groundbreaking work was built on the contributions of many other scientists, including Rosalind Franklin, whose X-ray diffraction images were crucial in revealing the helical structure of DNA. Their work opened up a whole new understanding of how life works at its most fundamental level. The discovery of the DNA double helix has had profound implications for biology, medicine, and many other fields, leading to advancements such as genetic engineering, forensic science, and the Human Genome Project. The order of these bases, A, T, C, and G, forms the genetic code. This sequence determines the instructions for building and maintaining an organism, much like how letters form words and sentences in a language. This code is universal, shared by all living organisms on Earth. From the simplest bacteria to the most complex plants and animals, the genetic code is a common thread that connects all life forms. It's a language that speaks to the very essence of what it means to be alive. The universality of the genetic code underscores the shared ancestry of all living organisms and highlights the interconnectedness of life on our planet. Each rung of the DNA ladder is formed by two bases pairing together. This base pairing is highly specific, ensuring the accurate replication and transmission of genetic information. A always pairs with T, and C always pairs with G. This complementary base pairing is fundamental to the structure and function of DNA. This specific pairing is crucial for DNA replication and the accurate transmission of genetic information. During replication, the DNA molecule unwinds, and each strand serves as a template for the formation of a new complementary strand, ensuring that genetic information is faithfully passed on. Understanding this structure is key to unlocking the secrets held within our genes. By studying DNA, scientists can uncover the mysteries of heredity, evolution, and the molecular mechanisms that underlie health and disease, paving the way for new treatments and technologies that can improve our lives. DNA's primary function is to store and transmit genetic information. This molecular marvel is the blueprint for all living organisms, encoding the instructions needed for growth, development, and reproduction. It's a complex code that has evolved over billions of years, shaping the diversity of life we see today. This information determines an organism's traits, from its physical appearance to its susceptibility to certain diseases. Every characteristic, whether it's the color of your eyes or your likelihood of developing certain conditions, is influenced by the genetic code within your DNA. Imagine DNA as a vast library of life's blueprints. Each book in this library contains detailed instructions on how to build and maintain an organism. The sheer volume of information stored within our DNA is staggering, with each gene playing a crucial role. Each gene is like a single instruction manual within that library. These manuals are incredibly detailed, specifying everything from cellular functions to physical traits. They are the fundamental units of heredity, passed down from one generation to the next. When organisms reproduce, they pass on copies of their DNA to their offspring. This transfer of genetic information ensures that the next generation inherits the traits and characteristics of their parents, continuing the cycle of life. This inheritance is the foundation of heredity, It explains why children often resemble their parents and why certain traits run in families. The genetic legacy we inherit shapes who we are and how we interact with the world. Parents pass down a combination of their own genetic material. This mixing of genes creates a unique genetic blueprint for each individual, blending traits from both parents to form a new distinct person. This mixing creates unique individuals while still carrying traits from previous generations. As children grow, the influence of their inherited DNA becomes more apparent, manifesting in physical traits, behaviors, and even predispositions to certain health conditions. The process of DNA replication ensures that each new cell receives a complete set of instructions. This meticulous process is vital for growth, healing, and maintaining the integrity of an organism's genetic information. DNA's ability to replicate itself accurately is essential for life to continue. Without this precision, cells could not function properly, and organisms would not be able to survive and thrive. Errors in replication can lead to mutations, some beneficial, others harmful. These mutations contribute to genetic diversity, driving evolution and adaptation, but they can also result in genetic disorders and diseases. The universality of the genetic code is a testament to the interconnectedness of life on Earth. This code, composed of sequences of nucleotides, is shared by all living organisms, creating a common thread that links the simplest bacteria to the most complex mammals. All living organisms, from bacteria to humans, share this fundamental language. This shared genetic language allows for the diversity of life we see today, as slight variations in the genetic code can lead to the vast array of species that inhabit our planet. By comparing DNA sequences, scientists can trace evolutionary relationships. These comparisons reveal how species have diverged from common ancestors over millions of years, painting a detailed picture of the tree of life. Humans share a surprising amount of genetic material with other species. This genetic overlap is not just with our closest relatives, but extends to a wide range of organisms. For instance, we share about 98.8% of our DNA with chimpanzees, our closest living relatives. This high degree of similarity underscores the close evolutionary relationship between humans and chimpanzees. This similarity reflects our shared ancestry. The genetic evidence supports the theory that humans and chimpanzees diverged from a common ancestor approximately 6 to 7 million years ago. It highlights the remarkable conservation of genes throughout evolution. Many of these conserved genes are involved in essential biological processes, such as DNA replication and protein synthesis. These genetic similarities extend beyond primates. We share significant portions of our DNA with a wide variety of species, reflecting the deep evolutionary connections that bind all life on Earth. We share about 80% of our DNA with mice. This genetic similarity makes mice valuable models for studying human biology and disease, and about 60% with fruit flies. Despite their small size and simplicity, fruit flies have been instrumental in genetic research, helping scientists understand fundamental biological processes. These shared genes often perform fundamental functions essential for survival. They govern processes that are crucial for the development, growth, and maintenance of all living organisms. They underscore the unity of life on Earth. This genetic unity is a powerful reminder of our shared origins and the intricate web of life that connects us all. Conserved genes are those that have remained relatively unchanged throughout evolution. These genes often perform vital functions that are essential for life. They control basic cellular processes, such as DNA replication and protein synthesis. The fact that these genes are conserved across vastly different species highlights their importance. Their enduring roles point to the fundamental principles that govern life at a cellular level. Mutations in these genes are often detrimental. They can disrupt essential cellular processes. Understanding the functions of conserved genes provides insights into the basic building blocks of life. It also helps us understand the development of diseases.